Let's bring in the better minds. NewsNation legal analyst, trial attorney Sara Azari, and criminal defense attorney Arthur Aidala. Do not adjust your sets. That's his suit. So, Sara, what did you... That's what you get for the hair thing. I didn't forget. So,
it's nice and cool today, brother.
You know. So, Sara, what was your take on what resonated and why?
Well, first of all, I don't like critiquing other defense lawyers because I know it's a hard job, especially with cameras in the courtroom. But I mean, Spyro, the courtroom skills of the prosecutors was far superior to Spyro's, I'll put it that way. But also in terms of the evidence and the opening statements, Chris, you know, what happened to he didn't pull the trigger? Now it's suddenly he didn't intentionally pull the trigger. And there was this repeated hammering of the idea that this was an accident, that Baldwin had no intent. Well, yo, bro, I mean, this is involuntary manslaughter. That is the accidental killing of another human.
Did you just invoke the yo, bro?
Well,
retort?
Because it was maddening to me. I was listening to this the entire day, and I was going, but that is not even an element of the charge.
Let me play for everybody what happened with the defense attorney, and then I'll bring in Arthur and we'll kibitz about it. Go ahead.
Did he pull the trigger? Did he intentionally pull the trigger? And if he did, of course, that would only make his statement incorrect. On a movie set, you're allowed to pull the trigger. So even if he intentionally pulled the trigger like the prosecutor just demonstrated, that doesn't make him guilty of homicide. He did not know or have any reason to know that gun was loaded with a live bullet. That's the key.
What's wrong with that, Arthur?
Well, first I'd like to just discuss his delivery, okay? So Alex Spiro and I, along with Sara, I'm not in the business of ragging on people unless they put themselves out there like they're the greatest thing since Rice Krispies.
Not my favorite cereal.
What is your favorite?
Depends on the mood. If I'm on a diet,
Fiber One?
Then I gotta go. I like Fiber One. You don't like Fiber One? I like the mix on it. Otherwise, I'll go Captain Crunch every day. But go ahead.
A lot of sugar in there, bud. So when you're delivering an opening statement, I learned in the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office 30 years ago, your opening statement should be as powerful as your closing statement, if not more so. The New York Times years ago did a poll. 80% of jurors said their verdict in their mind after opening statements was their verdict. Alex Spiro stood there and basically read, which is great for a second-year lawyer doing their third case. That's wonderful. But, I mean, Chris, your teleprompter is blank. You just did this brilliant thing with O'Reilly, blank. You got the biggest case of your career. If you don't have that down pat, where you're looking down and you're looking up, are you kidding me? That's what a young lawyer does who's nervous and afraid. Well, and there's no passion. There's no like, my guy didn't do anything wrong, folks. The evidence is going to show you he did nothing unreasonable. And if you find he did nothing unreasonable, then you have to find him not guilty.
Sara?
Well, he also essentially told this jury that, by the way, my guy might be a liar. That's what the evidence might prove to you because of that whole, all the statements doubling down that Alec Baldwin did with not pulling the trigger. Here's why it's dangerous. But ultimately, look, you guys were busting my chops last night about, oh, Gutierrez is the guilty, you know, my formidable adversary with a full head of hair. Oh, Gutierrez is the guilty one. And then, you know, you were telling me about like the live round and how important that is. It does not matter because at the end of the day, there's one theory that the jury is going to adopt in terms of safety. What does a reasonable person in Baldwin's shoes do? Is it the cardinal rule of safety where they check the gun or assume it's loaded?
Who says it's a cardinal rule of safety for an actor on a set?
But see, that's the jury question here, right?
But why do you have the armorer? Why do you have the assistant, the other assistant checking out? He's an actor. It's not me shooting skeet with my son.
But Chris, he doesn't get a pass because of his role as an actor.
No, but why is it reasonable, Sara? Why is it reasonable that he should have assumed there could be a live round in the weapon?
Because there is no insurance policy against live rounds on a set. I know it's astonishing, but ask any prop master or Hollywood film person, they'll tell you that sometimes accidents can happen and things can make their way on.
Live rounds? They found six, by the way. The crime scene tech on the stand said they found 6 suspected live rounds on the set. Who's ever heard of that before?
No, and you can't listen. You can't blame the defendant for that, and that's the missed opportunity from today.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.